Welcome back. We were talking about Gone with the Wind and Kyle's issues with the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Just
were.
silence. Just silence for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about that.
Alright, let me find this. Because I have to remember my points. Because it was a movie that I endured, and I don't think it's a bad
When
movie.
did you watch it?
It was like 3 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
So I was competent enough film-wise to know what
I was
talking
competent
about.
enough, cognitive-wise.
Right. It wasn't like when I watched, bedtime stories and I thought it was the funniest movie I've ever seen. At age... Now, put the comments away. 9. I was age 9 when I thought this movie. Alright, it was good. I rewatched it recently, and it's phenomenal. Alright, so let's move on.
Oh, okay, cool.
Bedtime story.
I see London, I see France, I see something. Remember when he thought he was getting fired? Or
Yeah.
remember like he was gonna catch on fire?
And then
oh god, he
it
got
was
fired.
Fired, yeah. And he's like, oh, that's... And the line is... Oh, that's how it connects.
Yeah, and then...
And everyone in the audience is like, God,
Oh,
Adam.
Adam. And Adam
Just-
Sandler does a stupid, like face.
Yeah.
Anyway?
Okay, let me just remind myself. Because basically...
If you're going by inflation, it's the highest selling, or highest grossing movie of all time.
Well, it's the most entertaining movies in that point. Like, I think at that point, it was the first time where it was like...
Wait,
this is
when...
like a whole
question,
experience.
when was it released? Like,
It
what...
was like... I think it was like the 20s.
No, it was released in 1939, the same year as Oz. I just was wondering...
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
When was it what?
What day was it released?
Oh.
It should say it, like, in the article, in the Wikipedia article.
Oh, release date. December 15th.
Okay, so this was,
This was premiere.
This was 4 months after Wizard of Oz.
And it stole all of the awards.
Yeah.
Damn.
In my opinion, I would think Wizard of Oz is probably a more entertaining movie, but I understand how this is, like, more appealing in the sense of, like, Academy.
I mean, this one's entertaining. It's just... Be careful. I don't know. It's good. Like, I don't think the Gone with the Wind sucks. I think that Gone with the Wind... Because my argument with my mom was that at the end of the movie, she was talking about how this main girl is, like...
Stay strong and carry on.
A great, like, protagonist and, like, headstrong and smart and a good example of a woman or whatever. And I was like, this is not a strong woman. This woman complains and bitches and moans all the time. There's 30 other better examples of strong women throughout the whole movie.
Hattie McDaniel.
Yeah, I was like, especially her. She's the like head
She's the
maid.
definition of fucking get your white privilege out of here.
Yeah, and
bitch.
she's the head maid, and she roasts this girl's ass who's complaining and bitching and moaning the whole movie.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, the girl had to do, because my mom was like, oh, well, she had to do some, like, work and, like, farm, and she had to put her head down when she needed it.
Do you know who else
I was
had to
like,
do
she was
fucking
forced
farm
to,
work?
And she bitched the whole time.
Yeah, do you know who else had to fucking do farm work? Arlo from goddamn The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Do you know what fucking happened?
And you know who taught him? His goddamn dad. Big fucking papa.
When you know
Papa
nothing,
Henry.
when you know nothing about birthing no babies.
Yeah, seriously. Goddamn. Fucking Arlo and Papa goddamn Henry did it. So stop bitching and moaning.
Oh, I love that goddamn picture.
I know. Yeah, it's long, and it doesn't really make any sense, like, their relationship, because it's just like, it starts out, it's like, oh, look how great the South is right now. For all the white people, of course.
Well,
And
yeah,
no
of
one
course
else.
for the white
And
people.
no one else.
Yeah.
Like how much everyone else is getting fucked, and the white people are enjoying their rich, shitty behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like,
Everyone had a fuck. I mean, even though the Civil War was over, everyone still had a fucking plantation.
Yeah. Well, the beginning of the movie, because the whole movie just takes place during the Civil War.
Oh, during the Civil War. So slaves were
Yeah.
still a thing.
Oh,
Oh, then fuck yeah.
yeah, no. So,
It's like every white man owned a plantation then.
oh yeah, and even after the war, I think it was like 30 at least years before like slaves were gone. Because a
Well,
lot of people were like, "Oh, give me a sec. Like, I'll get rid of them in a sec."
Well, that's the problem, is that they ratified... I know for the Emancipation Proclamation, they ratified it in some states, but some other states didn't ratify it until later. Particularly the South, because they lost... Well, because they lost the Civil War.
Yeah.
I think, actually... I remember looking something up. Oh, no, I can't remember what it was. And fact-checked me on this. I think I might be wrong, but I found some, like, stupid-ass fact. It might be wrong.
Here, I'll find it.
That Mississippi was the last state to ratify the 13th Amendment, and it was in 1995.
No.
Like, that's how late they did that. I mean, granted, of course, they didn't have slaves, but they didn't, like, officially confirm there's, like, oh, well, slavery's a bad thing, until 1995. Is it real? Am I...
Until February 7th, 2013.
Oh my
The
god!
state of Mississippi had never submitted the required documentation to ratify the 13th Amendment.
Who was the governor? It was just like, sir, it's like, the 13th Amendment still, I'll hold it off till next year.
Of Mississippi.
Who's the governor?
Yeah.
Fucking
Governor of Mississippi.
2013.
2013.
Yeah.
Phil Bryant.
Phil Bryant! Fuck you, Phil Bryant!
Look at him go.
Oh my god.
He's an old ass and he knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
Fuck him.
Yeah, he was like, I'll hold it off till next year. Like,
He's still the governor.
he's still the governor.
Fuck him.
Fuck you, Phil Bryant.
Deborah Bryant is his wife, and surprise, surprise, he's a goddamn rep. He's a Republican. He's of the party of Mark Goddamn Dice.
He's a Dominican Republican.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. The Phil. Fix your shit.
Jesus. Anyway, do you have any more points to go off about?
Well, I mean, so, yeah, the movie starts at the beginning. So it starts, it shows all the fucking life. And that's the thing. The first scene is that woman you said. She's the head maid.
Right.
And she's roasting the girl's ass for complaining about her fucking
Just
dress
bitching,
or whatever.
right.
Yeah, she's bitching and moaning. And then she goes down with her dress and she's trying to flirt with all the southern white guys. And she's just sitting there in like this... She's just lavish lifestyle. Being a bitch.
White
and
privilege.
and all the other
fucking
guys...
1860s white privilege.
Oh, yeah. And
that
all the
still
guys,
fucking exists today.
Yes, and all the guys are all complaining to and being assholes, and they're all just being rich and shitty.
Yeah.
And she goes inside because something happened. She's like crying about something dumb. And the maid is like, well, fucking grab your bootstraps, bitch, and like fix your life. And then all the boys run in, they're
my
like,
corset's too tight. Well, fucking hell.
yeah, I don't know, take it off.
I don't know, break your ribs a little more so you can fucking put it on. Like Chinese footbending, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. But then the guys all come in and they're like,
why should I give a shit? You're enslaving my fucking people, so fuck you.
The guys run in and they're like, they're like all stoked because they're like, we're going to war, we're gonna beat the fucking North, we're gonna teach them that they can't fuck with us. And then the rest of the movie unfolds as all the guys go to war, and you hear about basically all the South starting to win, because they started always winning, they always had more people.
Right.
And then they get fucked, because they just get out-tacked, like, I don't know the word. The tactics of the North are just way better. Yeah, they got outplayed, basically. Because their mindset was brute force, and the North was like, well, let's just get on the top of a fucking mountain, and we'll just gun them down from the top. Yeah. And they're going to be dumbasses and run at us like fucking... like
with their fucking bayonets and shit. It's like, we'll catch them.
Yeah, we're like, we'll bang them. Oh. But
hand me a reloaded
clearly
one.
never seen Revenge of the Sith, because, goddamn it, they had the higher ground. Anakin, they had the higher ground.
Oh, the South was Anakin.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, well, they were. They rebelled against an organization that was always going to win.
Yeah.
And they were like, I always knew the Jedi were fucking evil. And it's like, no, bitch.
No, it's from your point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah. For fuck's sake. Like, I get that the slaves support your family. But guess what? We support our goddamn families.
They have families too.
Yeah.
They're all people.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Anakin.
Fucking pussy.
No, seriously.
I wish Obi-Wan was just like, slaves are people.
They're like, but Padme, and they're like, Padme doesn't give a shit.
Padme doesn't give a shit, okay? She's a privileged bitch.
Yeah, she's a privileged bitch, and she's a much better actress than you, Hayden. Right?
The best statement I ever heard from George Lucas is, Hayden is a really good actor.
Really?
Yeah, he says that in an interview.
George.
There's a whole video on YouTube.
I hear apparently that Hayden did well in other movies.
Yeah, he had a relatively good career, and now he has a child and a wife, and he's doing pretty good for himself. I don't know if he's still doing movies.
Right.
But there's a video on YouTube that says Hayden and George Lucas together, and it's just they're just them being buddy-buddy toward each other. And the first words out of George Lucas's mouth is,
Well, Hayden is actually a very talented actor. He's very good, very professional, works really hard.
And it's genius because it's just true. There's no doubting it. There's no evidence out there that says that George Lucas is, I don't know, full of shit. There's also
None at
evidence
all.
that says George wrote Star Wars,
Some
of the scripts. And I don't know if I'd call it fucking writing. I'd call it maybe half-assing. Like, in the credits it should say directed by
And
whoever,
half-assed.
written by half-assed by.
He directed and wrote.
Oh, well then it
all
should say
three
directed
movies.
and half-assed by George Lucas.
Yeah, because that's what it says in the credits. Like
Romantic scenes shit on by George Lucas.
It's like directed and half-assed by George Lucas. It says directed and written by George Lucas.
Yeah, and then it should say.
I have that shirt actually.
Really?
I have a shirt that says directed and written by George Lucas.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and
it's
then
a beautiful shirt.
and then it should say, directed and written by George Lucas, and then romantic scenes shit on by George Lucas. Because those are the worst parts. Because you can't have a guy like George write romance.
Romantic scene because he's never touched a cooter in his life.
No, he's never looked at a woman.
No. he never made eye contact with Natalie Portman. Ever.
Oh, yeah, he just glanced
Yeah,
around the room as he
yeah.
spoke to her. He's like, Natalie, I think that you and Hayden could rehearse
It's
something.
like, George, look at me.
Yeah, she's like,
Look at me,
George,
my eyes-
what are you looking at? Oh,
I'm looking at
something over there.
Well, I just think the fucking ceiling.
I
is,
just thought I was getting a writing idea. I was just thinking about my next film.
Inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration for Captain EO 2. Oh, goddamn, that fucker.
God.
Can you believe he helped Captain EO? What a goddamn
He
cinematic-
helped with that, or did he didn't write it?
No, but he was like a key member, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because that was 1985, I believe.
Now, that was going on when I went to Disneyland. I went.
Oh yeah, no, I
Is
remember.
it on right now?
No. But I remember I went to Disneyland 2012, which was 3 years after Michael Jackson's death, and it was still going on then.
Is it not going on solely because we all know Michael Jackson was a diddler?
Not because he diddled kids, but
Right.
it's also because, I mean, it's just a dated part of the fucking ride. Like, it's not a ride. It's a fucking movie.
I severely disagree.
It's a fucking music video for Another Part of Me.
Is that the song in it?
Another part of me. Is that right?
It's been fun. I was 8.
Well, look up
when I
Captain.
saw
Look up
it.
Captain EO then. I just want to make sure.
Captain EO.
And tell you when you're being a silly goose.
It's another part
That's
of
the
me.
perfect type for you, I'd say.
Directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Coordinates. I love how it just says coordinates for
On the
movies.
Wikipedia page.
Yeah. Oh, this is coordinates for all the Disneylands.
Oh.
Epcot?
Wait,
the hell is that?
scroll. Epcot. You know what Epcot is? Epcot is the. So there are 4 parks in Disney World. There's Magic Kingdom, which has all of the Disney shit in it. There's Hollywood Studio, which has like Pixar, Star Wars, all of their like outside properties.
Oh.
There's Animal Kingdom, which has like Avatar, just all of Mount Everest, which is their version of Matterhorn. That's actually much better than Matterhorn, frankly.
Oh.
It has all that stuff in it. Epcot was like
Did I have the Sons of the South, right?
Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Splash Mountain's in Magic Kingdom.
Much better in the morning.
Yeah, because that's like Disney.
They still.
You hear that, Disney? Song of the South? Still Disney.
Yeah, it's still
You
Disney.
can't erase that history.
No, you
baby.
can't erase that history.
No matter how much you
And I know,
fuckers try.
and I know Bob Iger is just like, when are you gonna digitally release it? And he's just like, well, we've digitally remastered it, but we're not.
Did they
releasing it."
really?
They digitally remastered it, but they're not releasing it. Which I'm like,
Why the fuck would you remaster?
I know. I'm like, what's the point of remastering something if you're not going to release it?
They're like, well, we want the vault to look guys.
Well, we wanted them in alphabetical order, and we just noticed that an SOU was missing in our vault, and so we wanted to make sure.
We wanted to fill that little hole.
Yeah, I wanted to fill that little hole.
Right out, right before Snow Buddies and
right before Snow White and Snow Buddies.
Yeah.
We wanted Song of the South. Alphabetically.
I can't think of any SO movies besides Song of the South. Disney SO movies.
No, but anyway, I just want to know what song Captain EO is. Just another part of me. There you go, plot. Yeah. It's the end. He sings the song at the very, very end.
We're here to change the world.
Yeah. Hooter!
Oh, another part of me.
Another part of me. Okay, cool. I thought I was right. I just wasn't sure.
I was gonna say it was Lucasfilm.
I was gonna say, 1986. Yeah.
Yeah, written by George. Goddamn Lucas. Lord Jukas.
Yeah. Whoa, my God. Yeah, because one of my favorite lines in that fucking thing is they're arguing at the beginning. Fucking Hooter. His name is Hooter. Throws some shit. Michael Jackson goes, Hooter! And he's like, listen. The rebellion thinks that we're just a bunch of losers. So let's show them. Yeah, and it's like, oh, God, Michael. God.
Mike, God, you were in the Jackson 5. A relatively decent group.
I know. Well,
that's
what happens when you have a abusive father. You don't want to sound like him.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's why he took drugs to
make his voice high?
Yeah, to alter his voice. He didn't want to sound like his father.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah.
I thought his voice was just like that.
No, he took drugs.
His whole life?
Mm-hmm.
Because his voice sounded like that as a kid.
Mm-hmm. No, there was a...
His father was that abusive?
Oh, his father was a fuck.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Joe Jackson was a fucking asshole.
Really?
Yeah.
Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
This guy?
No, not that guy. No. Joe Jackson, what's his name? Yeah. Look up Joseph Jackson.
Joseph.
Yeah, that's him. Joe Jackson.
Oh, this guy. Ugh.
Yeah. No, he's dead.
He looks terrifying.
Yeah, he looks like a pimp.
Yeah, he does. He looks scary as hell.
Yeah.
Did he take all the money from the Jackson 5?
I think he might. I don't know exactly the details, but he was a shady dude that loved to abuse his kids.
Ugh. He looks scary as fuck.
Yeah.
God.
He was a creepy motherfucker. And he had a very low voice. He had a very, very low voice. And Michael didn't want to look like him. He didn't want to look or sound like him.
But didn't Michael have the disease that makes your skin
white? Yes, but he also got a whole shit ton of surgery.
Well, that's true.
In order to, prevent his face to look like him.
Jesus. Mike. Is that why Michael could sing so high? Because
of all the drugs. I mean, granted, I think he still had that register of because he had a 5-octave range. It was insane, but he could hit low notes, but he could also fucking hit high notes because of all the goddamn drugs that he took.
Don't know much about this place.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic, man. Michael Jackson's life was pretty tragic.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that he allegedly, touched kids and jerked off to their buttholes, but
ugh, no diddling, Mike. Shame on you.
Yeah, because that was in the goddamn documentary.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I had to watch that shit for 4 hours. I didn't have to. I chose to.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a huge side tangent. We were talking about not Song of the South. So they were tactically advantaged towards the South.
Oh yeah, we got downhill. Big old tangent. Yeah, so in what's it called?
Gone with the Wind?
Gone with the Wind. Yeah. Basically, yeah, so it starts out, she's doing that, then all the boys come in, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna fuck up the North, and then war starts, and she's at home, and she's complaining about everyone being gone at the war. And then...
Why don't you fucking fight then?
Yeah. And then that's when she goes to a party to celebrate that they won, the first battle. The South won the first battle, or whatever.
Right.
And they're at a party, and then she meets
Fort
the
Sumter?
guy. Some bullshit like
Yeah,
that.
Fort Sumter.
Yeah.
The one that they fucking initiated, the goddamn war. It's like, we won! Well, of course. They
Well, yeah,
weren't
you
prepared.
attacked first. No, they didn't see us coming. Who the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's, how
that's
war
like saying the
starts.
Japanese won Pearl Harbor. Of
Yeah,
course they did.
Yeah, that's like, oh, Boston Massacre. Didn't see us coming.
No.
They didn't see you
Yeah,
coming. 'Cause it was
9/11. Fuck.
Yeah, oh god. How did the war on the Middle East not... They didn't see us coming. No, they didn't. That's the whole
No, that
fucking
was the
point.
whole fucking point.
Yeah, anyway.
It's a goddamn terrorist attack.
I don't know if it was Fort Sumter they were celebrating, but they were celebrating something. And she meets the guy, the main dude there, and he's just an ass. Like, he's not interesting at all. He's just a rich
Right.
ass.
Mm.
And he's just kind of like, oh, but he's like, you know, he's just sly. He's like a little more like, oh, I'm a little promiscuous.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, he's bad.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Mm.
And I'm like, wow, this movie's fantastic. Like, I'm
Were you
so...
watching it with your mom? Or
Oh,
were you...
yeah, it was a whole family endeavor.
Oh,
it was two... It was two family...
Even your
evenings
little
worth.
brother?
Yeah, even fucking Runer. Yeah, they were all there. We were all watching.
I don't want to necessarily name drop your brother.
Well, that's not his name, so...
Well, I know that's not his name, but...
Yeah. I won't name drop him, but... Either way... they're all there. We're all watching.
God bless that child.
Poor kid, yeah. But
Suffered
also...
4 hours with Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, no wonder he's insane. No wonder he's lost his marbles. He had to watch Misery, really.
Yeah, he did.
And then be told by his own mother that it was good. That,
Mhm.
that it was educational. And he's like, fucking no, it wasn't. I lost brain cells watching that shit.
Mhm.
If anything, I learned that African Americans got fucked in that era. That's all I learned. And I already knew
they're
that.
still getting fucked.
Yeah, oh yeah. And
It's not like the slaves were freed and then everything just got magically better.
oh yeah, well that's evidenced in our other good film, Song of the South. Because that takes place after slaves were freed, and Uncle Remus sure isn't living the highest life.
No, they fucking shame his ass all the time.
Yeah, they're always shaming his
Just
ass.
like, don't tell your stories. You wouldn't be saying that if I was a white person.
Yeah. Yeah. They'd be like, oh,
You're telling our kid's story.
You're talking to our kid and entertaining
Yeah,
him.
and if it was a white guy, then it'd be like...
It would be a shit story, too. Cause
it would just be a white guy telling his white-ass story. It's like, well, and I own people.
Yeah, oh, wow, well, today at work, the taxes was higher than usual.
So today at work, I got a funny phone call about write-ups, and
Yeah.
let me tell you,
Yeah.
HR was all over my ass for that
Oh,
phone
yeah,
call.
and I just put all that work on our bitch secretary, because women are on, in whatever, and
Wow,
it's like,
Chet.
yeah, thanks. Thanks, Dylan, like you fucking asshole. Yeah, thanks, white-ass 1800s Dylan. Fuck you. I'm actually so curious who the first Dylan was.
Yeah.
Fuck him and his parents, because
Fuck Dylan.
because they came up with that shit name.
Oh, God.
Who was the first recorded person named Dylan? I'm so curious.
Oh, God. I at least want to know, like, I finished the plot.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna get on too many tangents.
No, give me your phone. I'll look up the first Dylan.
Yeah.
First recorded Dylan. No, so keep
Or
going.
maybe a person named Dylan. Okay, so it basically then throughout the movie, the war gets worse and worse, and she's like, oh shit, and everyone in their town's like, oh wait, our guys all died, and then it just shows all the casualties of the war, it shows all of the, like, sucky parts of the war, and then it shows she keeps running into this guy, and then at one point they have to go somewhere else. This guy helps them, so he's, like, helping them, and so she's giving them a reason to, like, oh, like, maybe I should care about him because he's actually kind of helping.
Mhm.
But then, like, mostly they watch their town, like, slowly get evacuated, then burn. Then all the South is burning because they're all getting attacked.
Right, because they're just
Then
fucked
everyone's
in the
getting
ass.
fucked. And basically, she's just having to put up with a bunch of shit, and she's just...
Is she just bitching the whole time?
Yeah, she complains constantly. And she's, like, obviously not ready for this lifestyle, and she's having to put up with shit. But that's what the argument was about. Is my mom's like, well, she's being a strong woman because she's putting up with it. I'm like, no, she has to.
No,
Anyone in
she's
that-
forced. She's forced to. It's like saying.
Yeah,
It's
not
like saying during Pearl Harbor, well, those soldiers had to endure the boat sinking.
Yeah,
Fucking the
no,
boat sinking
yeah.
because the Japanese bombed us.
Yeah, it's not like they're being strong. Like, obviously they're enduring it, but it's like, what else is
At
their
what
option?
cost?
Well, is their option.
Yeah,
Go
there
killing
is no other.
themselves?
Yeah,
Of course they're not going to choose killing themselves.
No!
'Cause they could survive.
they're going down with the ship.
So I was like, this girl is just a bitch, and she's annoying and sucks. And then the guy she marries is a fucking ass, too.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like, oh, we're in love. And I'm like, who fucking cares?
So where does the
I'm more curious about what happened to all the people who got shit on that whole movie.
yeah? So
What
where does
happened to
the
them?
"frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn" come from?
That's, I think that's, what's her face says that to her.
Yeah, it's like,
It's-
"Right, where will I go? What will I do? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." Like that whole.
Oh, no, that's the guy. I think he says it. I think he says it to her. It's when she's complaining and
Just
he's...
bitching. He's just like, I don't get it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Because she
I
pushes
wish he was
everyone into
able
a
to
corner.
say that. Because
Yeah,
that was
I
actually.
don't-
Did you know that was like the first swear word in any movie ever?
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I don't give a damn. And it was like, oh my god, like he
No.
fucking swore.
Put those ears over the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, and goes home and the father beats his fucking
Yeah,
kids
Peter's
and
like,
wife and
"Fuck!"
the F word constantly.
Yeah,
and the
it's
kids
like,
are hearing all
fucking
that.
shit bags. I have
Yeah.
to deal with your
And
shitheads
they
all
all
day.
go to the movie that night. And
Damn.
They're like,
Oh!
damn. Oh, good. The kids might overhear. Bitch, the kids overheard your swearing ass. Beat the shit out of everyone. Stupid.
So the argument that your mom was making was the fact that, like,
I mean,
she,
we- I think we should do-
the main fact is that she was a strong woman that had to endure shit.
Yeah, well, that she was a strong woman and we should advocate, or like, basically...
So that she was a
It started
she was
because-
a suffragette. Is basically.
Oh, yeah, it started because I
She's
was
not a
like...
suffragette.
No, it started because I basically said that the movie was good, but I didn't like the main character at all. And my mom got offended by that. Because she was like, why not? And I'm like, not because she's a woman or anything, because I think... I was like, there's way better women characters in it. They're better than all the boring male characters in that movie.
Yeah, because they're probably all penisy at that
They
time.
are, yeah, and they're not... There's actually no interesting male characters, really. Like, the main guy is not that interesting. Like...
Rhett.
Yeah, and like, honestly, the main girl character is more interesting. She's just not... Like...
She's not intriguing character. You don't relate with her.
No, and she's annoying. And
It's not a.
They're trying to get something across.
It's not a world to. It's not a.
No,
It's
yeah,
not a
it's
text,
world to sell.
World to
Text
sell.
or text to text.
Yeah, text to text or
It's
text
not
to
man
world.
versus nature or nature versus nature. It's me versus my fucking mom who insists that this girl is the fucking Saint Mary of whatever, and I'm like, no, she's not. She's not that great. She kind of sucks. There's way better female characters. We should not be advocating for this woman and for what she did.
I never
she did
ever.
stupid shit.
Yeah, I never advocate for bitchiness. That's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, and all of there's so much bitchiness in that movie, and I'm like, and so I was just like, no, she's not that great of a character, and that was the argument. Like, the movie is good in like a way where it's like, oh yeah, cinematically it's good.
It's 1939.
Yeah, and it's 39, but like it's long. And it kind of drags in parts. There's a lot of parts where you're like, oh, what the fuck is happening? You know, you're just like, what am I watching? But it's good.
Your brother was probably brain dead.
Oh, poor guy. He did not enjoy himself. It was like watching Conference for this one. I think he borderline would have watched Gordon B.
Yeah, Gordon B. Hinckley,
Yeah.
General Conference.
Yeah, I think you'd rather watch him mumble his way through a fucking prologue talk or whatever. You'd rather watch that than this movie.
Oh god. Okay, so Dylan.
Oh, yeah. It's a given name meaning son of the sea. Son of the wave or born from the ocean. Meaning he's an ass. Because he's a beach kid. And most Dylans aren't even beach kids. They're just penises.
Yeah, they pretend they're beach kids.
Let's see. It was a popular name in 2010, apparently.
Yeah, that sounds about
Which
right.
sounds about fucking right. Oh, the other name is Dylan.
Wait, what?
So there's Dylan with a Y, which is by far the worst. But then there's like Dylan, like
D-I-L?
D-I-L-L-O-N,
Oh, God.
which is like borderline. It's just a masculine given name, it says. Bearers of the name include
Dylan
Burrows, Dylan Carmichael, Dylan Casey. Dylan Cooper is an American rapper. Who is this? Kane, do you know Dylan Cooper?
I do not.
He's an American rapper.
Well,
He's probably white.
he probably has 3 follows on SoundCloud.
Oh, he has a EP and everything. Discography.
Wait, let me see.
Supernova verified.
Oh,
Dylan Cooper.
Oh.
No, he's not white.
Oh.
Actually looks cool.
Okay, Cloud. Ready?
Kind of looks like Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, we'll listen to Dylan Thomas.
That looks.
Why did I say
absurdly like
fucking
Kendrick
Dylan?
Lamar.
Dylan Thomas was a fucking author.
Oh, Dylan Thomas. Yeah, he looks a lot like
No.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, we'll listen to Dylan Cooper.
Although he kind of looks better looking than Kendrick. Like, he looks like a hot Kendrick Lamar. Kinda. He looks cool. But also, like, I've never heard of him, so his music might not be quite up to his looks.
That's true.
Anyway,
And that's all that matters in the rap game.
looks and
Looks.
you're rapping. Yeah, really.
Looks and how much you look like Kendrick Lamar. And he's got both.
He's got both. Man.
Yeah.
He's
He's
got
the
both to a
greatest.
T.
I mean,
frankly.
because
Eminem, on the other hand, does neither.
I was gonna say, I mean, guys, Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice
God.
looks exactly like Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah. Let's just look at a picture of Vanilla Ice nowadays.
Oh God. Vanilla Ice 2002.
Yeah, nah. What is he doing?
What is he doing?
Like, what is he doing in this? Is he
That looks
sports
like a-
broadcasting?
That looks like a Good Morning America.
Yeah, and to quote Cody Ko, it looks like he's dipped his bottom lip in shit. It looks like he's just got a little bit of pepper sitting on his fucking lip. He's got shit chilling right under his lip that he could just lick off. Just like, ugh. What a cringy motherfucker, Vanilla Ice. Well, I didn't steal from Queen. Yeah, you did.
Okay, right.
Oh, did that really happen?
Oh, yeah, dude. If you listen to
Yeah.
his song, it's like directly. What's the song called from Queen?
Under Pressure.
Yeah, it's boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah.
Under pressure.
And everybody was like, oh, that was a great idea using that sample from Queen. And Vanilla Ice was like, that's taking it.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
And
He
everybody
could have
was
done
like-
what all other rappers do and is like, shout out to the sample, like people I got the sample from. It made my hit awesome. You guys are great. I
Well-
liked your track. That's why I used the sample.
Yeah, he was like,
And
oh, he should have
Vanilla-
just credited them and saying, hey.
Yeah, and been like, good
Like,
job,
I-
thank you, Queen. And but he was just like, no, I didn't.
No, the dumbest thing is everybody in America was like, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Wait, did.
When did he
No
do
one
this?
even had to be a music genius to hear like.
When did he do this?
Let's see.
I don't know. But it would be like if someone used Bohemian Rhapsody. And everybody's like, hey, that Bohemian Rhapsody sample was really sick. And it'd be like, what's Bohemian Rhapsody?
What? Vanilla Ice claims he owns Queen's Under Pressure?
Oh, did he claim that too?
When did he claim
no
that?
fucking way. This is an article by Ultimate Classic Rock.
Oh.
Vanilla Ice claims he
From
owns
this is
Queen's
from
Under
2017.
Does he still claim to this day that he...
Pressure. Back in 1990, that
oh.
white Dallas-born rapper scored his breakthrough single.
I feel like
his
that's an
only
insult.
single. Ice Ice
The
Baby.
initial
The
part.
white
The
Dallas,
white Dallas-born guy.
rapper. Yeah, if
Yeah,
you could
okay.
never label a guy more by how
Yeah.
white he was, you can go
I mean, this
white
isn't-
Dallas-born.
I feel
and
like
then you have to
that's.
say he's a rapper on top of that.
I feel like that's another name for Dylan. White Dallas-born.
Guess it's
White Dallas-born.
Because that's really how I describe Dylan.
I'm gonna name my firstborn White Dallas-born.
Yeah. That's his middle name. Dylan White Dallas born Tinny or whatever. I don't know.
I need
What's a white last name?
Besides,
Tinny?
No.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I was just thinking of like a generic.
Oh, yeah.
Not my name.
Oh, what's a white last name? I mean, white, frankly.
Yeah, white.
White
A
Dallas
white last
born
name?
white.
White.
Dylan White Dallas born white.
Johnson.
Johnson's a white name.
Yeah, it is.
Smith.
Anderson.
Yeah, luckily I'm...
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smith.
White
Oh,
Dallas-born Smith.
Anderson.
Smith. Oh, and yeah, I said yeah.
Oh, you said Anderson?
Yeah,
Oh.
Anderson.
Nielsen
Nelson.
or Nelson.
Yeah,
either.
Nelson
Neil.
and Nielsen.
Just
Neil.
Christensen and Christiansen.
Oh,
Dylan Dallas White Dallas-born Christensen.
Harrison.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Alan. That's more of a first name, but I know some people have it as a last name.
Like Tim.
Like Tim. Fucking idiot, Tim.
Alright, I think it's next time.
Oh shit, it's definitely next time.
Alright, well, next time on Buhdder Chicken, we'll talk about more white people names.
Hugs and kisses, holding hands when nights are long. And in the fall.